Have you ever wanted to have different hair color but didn't want to dye your actual hair? Well, apparently there is this hair makeup by Curlsmith where you can temporarily dye your hair. It's, I guess what it says, hair makeup, makeup for your hair. I'm going to try it out and see how that goes. I do think this is going to be potentially very messy, but we're going to see. I do think that this is mainly for people who have curly hair, which I do not, but I think you can also try it on straight hair, which is what we're going to do. First thoughts is the bottle is actually a lot smaller than I thought it would be, but it's okay. I'm just trying it out to try it out. So I bought the shade Copper. They do have a few different shades. If I find them, I can put them on screen what shades they have. And I bought mine from Amazon for about $15. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to shake it, which I don't even know how you're supposed to do that because it does feel like a thick consistency. Like as I'm shaking it, it doesn't seem like it's moving around that much. And then you're supposed to apply it on damp, detangled hair. So here we go. My hair is still damp. I think it is a little bit dry in some areas only because my hair is super damaged, so it dries really fast. So I'm just gonna dampen it up a little bit more. I'm also wearing a really old shirt because, like I said, I think this is gonna get kind of messy. If I had gloves, I'd probably use gloves, but I don't have gloves, so we're just gonna go straight in and hope that this doesn't make a freaking mess all over my bathroom. I'm not in the bathroom. Kitchen. I'm in the kitchen. Yeah, I'm filming in the kitchen. Anyways, I'm gonna squeeze some out and kind of just do like a swatch for you guys. So it looks like super golden, coppery type of color, like this. I've combed out my hair and kind of detangled it. Ooh, okay. So I think you're supposed to work in sections. If you can, but I kind of just went in and just put a bunch in. Yeah, probably sections was probably a good idea, which I obviously did not do. Yeah, so since it's a little late to do sections, I'm just gonna keep going in. And I can't even describe the smell to you guys. I don't know how to describe how it smells. It's such a hard smell to kind of explain. I don't know how this is going either, by the way. Like, it's like going, but I'm not like evenly, I can't talk, evenly applying it. It's just kind of like splotchy looking, like almost like highlights. What was I talking about though? The smell. Yeah, so the smell, I can't explain it, you guys. I don't know how to describe the smell. Usually I can explain the smell, but I can't quite pinpoint what it smells like. I don't know, it kind of smells like a marker. I don't know if that's the best like way to explain it, but it kind of smells like a marker. I feel like the application is a bit difficult. Like I don't know if maybe combing it through. I think this is why if you did sections, it would be easier. Like if you did, you know, like kind of like you're dyeing your hair, like doing small sections, but I didn't do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do half of my head, and it does seem very staining, so probably use gloves if you're gonna do this because I don't have gloves, but we'll just see if this comes off. But I am noticing that it is drying pretty fast. So good idea to use gloves. And I am also noticing that when you're putting the color on and then you're kind of like putting it through your hair, it kind of does look sort of patchy. As you're putting more product on the product that you already put, it's kind of pulling off what you already put on there. Maybe because my hair is also maybe too dry. It's still pretty damp and wet though. I don't know. I'm just gonna start globbing it on like this, and maybe we'll just do the top layer of my head, not the under layer. It's definitely more orangey than I thought it would be. I don't know. I don't really feel like it's a copper. It's kind of giving more of that orange tone. I just feel like I'm not doing it right. Or maybe it's like, it seems really easy when other people do it. Or maybe it's because the hair texture, I have straight hair, so I just feel like when people with curly hair do this, it looks freaking bomb. Like if you have curly freaking hair, you are freaking blessed. Not that straight hair isn't a blessing. I have learned to love my straight hair, but there's just something about people with curly hair that I'm just like, every time I see someone with curly hair, I just think they look so freaking pretty. It's like that saying where you always want what you don't have. Like if you have straight hair, you want curly hair. If you have curly hair, sometimes you want straight hair. I don't know, the application is not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. It's a little bit patchy trying to get it on. And then I honestly don't know how this is gonna dry on the head, if it's gonna be clumpy or not clumpy. I don't know yet. We're gonna see. I just feel like it's not looking cute, you guys. Like it's not giving. I think I'm only gonna do half my head too. It's almost gonna be like a highlight type of look. Unless you have like tubs and tubs of this, it's hard to get it even. I feel like it's the same as dyeing your hair, right? When you're dyeing your hair, it's super hard to get every single strand unless you are a professional. So I got it on most of what I can, and I'm just gonna comb through it a little bit. I didn't do the perfect job because, like I said, if you actually try to get every single section and you section out your hair, it probably would look a lot better. But you can still clearly see the difference from like this side to this side, that it does obviously do something. At least right now it's still kind of wet. So like this is my natural hair color. At the top it's like this black, ashy black, brown. And then on the bottom, my hair is wet right now, but I have dyed it like a copper orangey in the past as well. So the ends are still a lighter color. Once it dries, you'll see. But I think what I'm gonna do now is it'll be really interesting to see how this is gonna dry. I'm gonna see how it dries down, if it's gonna be clumpy or not. And I will say that it does wash off pretty easily, so I just used warm water and soap, so it does come off pretty easily. Now we're just gonna wait and see the results when they're dry, but so far, this is kind of the situation we have. Again, not a perfect job, but it's just to test it out. So I just want to show you guys the color with the flash. And you can really see it with the flash for sure. Like this is the side we did, and then this is my natural, well, top is natural, bottom is dyed. So just wanted to show you guys in this lighting first. So I'm back with my hair dry, and it dried exactly as I expected it would, crunchy. But what I will say is the top where I kind of globbed it on is way more crunchy, like up here. Like, can you guys hear that? I don't know if you can hear that on camera, like on video, I mean, can you hear? I don't know if you can hear it, but if you heard it, you heard it. Whereas the bottom where I kind of put a little bit less, but you can still kind of see the color coming through. Of course, my hair is kind of already dyed a similar color at the bottom, but you can still see that there is some of that color that we put on that hair makeup. So the bottom is less crunchy because I put less down there, but the top where I kind of like globbed it on is more crunchy. But I think where you can really see the difference is obviously the root area, right? And that clip that I showed you guys with the flash on, I think you can really see that it, I mean, it's doing something, you know what I'm saying? It's doing something. And I think you can also really clearly see the difference, like with my black hair here and then the color on the left side. So here's what I'll say is I think it's kind of a little bit of a slay, like a little bit. I don't love the crunchiness of it, so I don't know how realistic you would be wanting to walk around with crunchy hair. Like I said, you could kind of just put less on, like the bottom, where it's not as crunchy. It still has like its shape. So I think the key thing is, like, if you are gonna do this, I mean, this is just my personal opinion, of course. You can definitely buy it yourself and form your own opinion. You know what I mean? Like, this is just my unfiltered opinion, personal opinion, unsponsored opinion. But I think it's fun. I think one, it's really fun to try. Two, I think it's a really good way to kind of see how you would look with a different hair color. Maybe if you're trying to go for a certain hair color, you could try it out with this hair makeup and kind of see if that's a color you would want to do permanently. And three, I do think it actually does work. I think the only con would be that it can potentially make your hair kind of crunchy. Like, this is with the hair dried down, so could do that. And then the fallout, let's see. Here's a paper towel, right? As you can see, there's no color on it. It's just a white paper towel. If I were to try to rub it off, it just wouldn't. I mean, I really don't think you should be pulling on your hair like this. Not a good idea, but as you can see, there is gonna be some transfer. So again, like I said, definitely a fun idea to try out if you want to see how you would look in a different shade of hair color. Just keep in mind, it could make your hair crunchy, like I said, and there's gonna be transfer. So obviously, you're gonna want to wrap your hair if you are trying to go to sleep with this on. You could always do that. And like day to day, it's probably gonna slightly, not too much actually, but maybe slightly, potentially rub off on your clothes especially if you're wearing white. But I do think it's like super fun, and I'm thinking to kind of go back to this shade anyways, because I had a similar shade. It's like now faded out, like I said, but I am thinking to dye my hair back to this orange family, copper family, somewhere in between in the next few months here. So if you are watching this on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment if you like the video. Let me know if you guys have tried it out too, because obviously you guys might have different opinions, right? Like anyone who has tried this product out, you might have tried it out and you might have different opinions, or maybe something else different happened to you. Maybe it wasn't crunchy for you, maybe it was crunchier. I don't know. Just let me know your thoughts if you have tried it, if you want to try it, etc., etc. Another thing for my curly hair girlies, if you have curly hair, please try this. I feel like you will look so freaking good with this. I mean, granted, like I went through the pros and cons, my personal pros and cons, but I think if you have curly hair, you need to try it. I think it'll look so good on you. So up to you. Yeah, that's it for this product. That was my personal review / essentially try on of this product.